Welcome to The Culture. We rest at the pulse of the community, providing all things news, music, fashion, events, and everything that we talk about in between. It's a lifestyle. We are The Culture. Hi, and welcome to The Culture. I'm your host, Jessica Garrett-Motkins. So great to be with you this Friday. Joining us today is the President and CEO for Florida State Minority Supplier Development Council, Beatrice Louissaint. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jessica. So glad to be with you again. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, absolutely. I am interested in you explaining to us exactly what is the council.
Well, the Council is an organization that helps Hispanic, Asian, African American, and Native American owned companies to grow. We provide a national certification that's accepted by over 1,500 large organizations, educational, healthcare, private sector, Fortune 500 companies. And we're part of a national organization that's headquartered in New York, the NMSCC, the National Minority Supplier Development Council. And we are at the forefront of creating wealth in communities of color by connecting them with opportunities both in the private and public sector.
And so, with that assistance that you provide to the myriad of business owners, what is the difference between, let's just say, the certification that you would receive at a local level? Help the business owners understand what the difference is between the two and what sets yours apart.
The first thing, it's a national certification. So that sets us apart. And when you become certified with us, you're in a local database as well as the national database. Additionally, there is a fee. For most government agencies, there is not a fee for the certification. And then what's unique about our certification is the services that are provided. And so there's access to technical assistance. We have access to advanced management programs at Kellogg, Dartmouth, Washington State University. Additionally, there are networking events and activities, one-on-one appointments, and other services that really focus on how do we help those certified firms to grow.
And why, in your opinion, is entrepreneurship the quickest way to obtaining wealth for people of color?
Well, just look around you. Elon Musk just bought Twitter. The richest man in the world. At It's a great way to control your own future, to provide jobs, to pay, to support, um, you know, churches, not for profits. Our minority companies are having impact, and 76% of self-made millionaires in the United States are entrepreneurs. And so that's why we consider it the quickest way to wealth in this country. You have an opportunity, whether it's a side hustle or a full-time business, to control your destiny. Where no longer can you say, okay, I'm going to work at this job for 30 years and then get the gold watch and I'll retire. And so many businesses were started during the recession, more so than any time in recorded history, because so many people really want to control their day to day, their schedule, have more family time. And so, yes, it is definitely the quickest way to build wealth in communities of color.
And that takes us to our next topic, capital and resources. There are many that say that minority-owned businesses are underfunded. What is your take on that?
I definitely would agree. Access to capital is still key, and it does hinder our growth as minority businesses. As you can see, as widely reported during COVID and all the relief programs, minority firms were one of the last people to receive funding for a host of reasons. A lot of times, many of our firms didn't necessarily always have their paperwork. They did not have the relationships with the banks. And so it made it very difficult for them to get capital. And banks don't like to fund startups. So a lot of our firms are using other resources when they first start to build their companies.
Excellent. And then that takes us to our next question. As it relates to government, corporate contracts, what are some of the ways that minority owned businesses would have the ability to connect? And is that something that your uh, council, I was getting ready to say chamber, that your council would be able to assist with?
Yes, it is something that we assist with almost every single day. We're getting requests for who are our certified MVEs for very specific categories. We're seeing a lot of growth as many corporations and government agencies double their commitment to doing business with minority businesses. Opportunity definitely needs to meet, readiness and capacity when these opportunities present themselves. We really consider ourselves matchmaker central in that we're bringing our minority businesses to connect. We provide a newsletter that has information about current procurement opportunities. As part of our program with the SBA, we have access to contracts both in Florida, Texas, as well as Georgia, all of the private, public sector contracts that we're able to share with our firms when, if they share with us what type of work they're looking to do, what states that they can do work in, we can provide that information as well.
Nice. And then as it relates to the pandemic, many business owners are either started during the pandemic or did have an existing business that they were able to sustain. Do you have any tips to assist them in sort of bouncing back after this pandemic?
Well, anything that a business owner can do to cut costs is going to be key to expand markets, market share, maybe looking at doing business internationally, uh, definitely online. How do you make money in your sleep? Def, Online is definitely a great way to make money in your sleep. What are you offering in terms of specials, free consultations, discounts for the first service, doing joint ventures, strategic alliances with other business owners? There are definitely a lot of different strategies to grow, but for each business, it's going to be a little different, and what works for one organization may not work for another. Looking at small purchases with government initially, depending on the organization, some of them can just anything under 50,000, they can just get 3 quotes. So, but if you get, 5 of those or 4 of those a year, that can help you grow and build capacity. Identifying what certifications are best for you, whether it's in the public or private sector. those are all different strategies that can help. Having a kitchen cabinet or informal, whether it's a formal board of directors, iron sharpens iron, getting um, advice from them, people that have dealt with some of the same challenges and issues that can help you along your entrepreneurship journey.
Good. Now, as it relates to being in a community, some people may think, oh, well, so and so has the same business, and this person has that same business. What do you say to them to go ahead and step out in faith and go ahead and pursue a dream that they may have? Because I believe that there is something that we all are birthed with, and there's something that we're supposed to be doing, and it has a direct reflect on your neighbors, your community, your legacy. What would you say to them to be able to understand how their business affects many other communities outside of them personally?
Well, entrepreneurship is definitely a leap of faith. And so when you decide, I want to start my own, I want to create wealth, I want to leave a legacy for my family, it's not a decision that is made lightly to leave a great job with benefits and so forth. It can be challenging. It's not for everyone. So it's an individual decision, but it's definitely not for everyone. And as we can see, the people that have had impact on our economy uh, in philanthropy, social media, many of them are entrepreneurs. But it is definitely an individual decision, and it's okay if that's not the right choice for you as an individual. But you might decide, let me do this part time before I quit my full time job. So each person has to make a choice in terms of what's best for them. But it's not an easy journey. It can be very lonely. People don't understand why entrepreneurs make the sacrifices that they make on a daily basis.
Yes, 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 yes. Now, this takes us into our next topic, which is your expo that's coming up on Wednesday, May 18th. It's going to be
It's a
virtual.
Tuesday. It's a Tuesday, May 18th. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Tuesday, May 18th. Your theme this year is Formula for Success, Contracts, Capacity, and Connections. Is that correct? Correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. Can you share what attendees can expect to gain from the expo?
It's virtual, so you can participate anywhere you are in the world. We have keynote sessions, sessions on opportunities in transportation. We have chief procurement officers going to be sharing how to do business with them. Other minority businesses, a masterclass session where they'll learn from business owners who have been incredibly successful. How did they win big contracts? How have they grown their companies and scaled their firms? There'll be one-on-one appointments. They'll be able to chat, connect with attendees. There is we call it a virtual fair component where the business owners can visit and talk to representatives of both minority businesses as well as government and the private sector as well. We've got a full packed day planned for our attendees, and we're really excited to bring this event to the community.
And can you give us a sneak peek into the masterclass and special events?
Well, uh, masterclass, we've got three business owners that are participating, and that session is really learning from companies that have really grown. We have a construction company, a professional services company that provides training and development for major corporations on diversity. We have one of the largest companies that provide computer hardware and software, primarily in the in the public sector, that be sharing their story and how did they grow the company to over 100 million in sales. And so their, master class is, we call it that because it's really learning from how others have really grown their companies and what can you learn not only from their success but some mistakes. I think some of us learn more from other people's mistakes, so we don't make them as well, so we don't make the same mistakes that they have made. And there's no there's it's an ideal setting to learn from others who have really grown their companies and scaled.
And who are some of the people that you think should join the expo?
Well, definitely, if you are thinking about going into business, you're already an entrepreneur, uh, attend. If you are a large organization that's looking to ramp your supplier diversity program, we have a session on best practices for supplier diversity professionals. Um, I would invite young people to attend because many times our young people aren't exposed to entrepreneurs, and that's a great way to expose young people to entrepreneurship at a really early age. It's It's an event for everyone.
It sounds like it. It sounds so you don't even have to be in business currently to attend.
Exactly.
Nice. And then, so do you have to be a member of the council?
No, you don't have to be a member. It's open to everyone to attend.
And how much is it, or what are the requirements to be able to attend the virtual? So,
It- it- well, I'll share our website address. Our website address is fsmsdc.org for more information. The cost is $130 to attend for the full day.
okay. And what will attendees be learning or gaining access? I believe in the notes it says here 60 billion in business opportunities.
Well, we have a focus this year on the infrastructure bill. And there are, between the airport, the seaport, roadway, highway, Florida is slated to get billions. And so this is a great opportunity to understand who are the players, where are the opportunities, what are the timelines. And in transportation, people think, okay, do I have to be in construction? Well, transportation departments buy everything. So there are billions of dollars available as a result of Congress passing the infrastructure program. So it is a great opportunity to learn more about that and long term because these projects are going to be years in the making. How can minority businesses play a role and where do their business fit in?
I was curious as to if the those opportunities, if they leaned more towards construction only, but you said that there are a number of different industries that they subscribe to.
Well, keep in mind, when you're on the turnpike, and you stop at a rest station, there's food and beverage, there's concessions, there are buildings that have to be maintained. So there's painting, there's marketing all along inside airports and seaports. So there is opportunity, I think, across all industry when you talk about infrastructure. The infrastructure bill also includes electrical charging stations. There's also internet connections that they're trying to bring internet connections to communities that have been underserved. So there are lots of opportunities across all industries for companies to play a role.
And what are some closing thoughts on the expo?
Well, we're excited about the event, and we encourage your audience to attend the expo. It's our 37th annual business expo. It's going to bring the right people at the right time, at the right place, to really share ideas, to share strategies for growth, information on access to capital, and some current opportunities that will have long-term impact on our businesses. And the best part is you can participate from anywhere you are in the world.
That's true. It's virtual. You all had an event a few years ago when we had you on the show that was virtual. I think that was it a gala or an award ceremony?
Well, I've been your guest once before, and it might have been the awards event. I'm not 100% sure, but yes, always a great opportunity to connect with you, Jessica.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate your team and ensuring that you were able to get on before the expo so that we can alert the culture family. And then also, please share with us any of the other opportunities and events that you have for small business owners. I know that even if they are not a member now, maybe in the future with us continuing to expose them to different opportunities, they can go ahead and become a member. And what is that fee for a membership?
It depends on your
Oh,
sales. We
yes.
start with $300. It depends on your sales, so it varies. We in June we have two events coming up. One with Broward Health, and it's not only an opportunity to learn about how to do business with them, but also to get a health checkup. On the 30th, we have an event with the Solid Waste Authority of Palm Beach. They've been doing an incredible job of ensuring that minority and small businesses are doing business with the Solid Waste Authority. We have an event coming up with Florida Blue to talk about how to do business with them. They've redoubled their commitment to minority businesses. So, and those are all in-person activities.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, that is awesome. Family, you heard it here first. Make sure you take advantage of it. Thank you so much, Bernadette, for joining us today. And Culture Family, if you're free tonight at 6 p.m., come back and join us for another good time. And our latest edition of My Two Cents, grab a drink, get ready for the shenanigans. Watch us live on YouTube or Facebook, or check us out on Video Mix TV. I'll see you again next week. Thanks for joining us.
The Culture is produced and owned by the Culture Media Group and cannot be reproduced or broadcast